about a week before I'm supposed to deliver, the head coach, Michael, comes up to me and goes, "Sure, what's up?" He's like, "I know you're supposed to deliver in a week, but we have a meet here in a month. Can you ask your doctor and see if you can swim in it?" And I was like, I'm looking at my 9-month belly, I'm like, this is such a guy thing to ask. But yeah, I'll be sure to ask my doctor that. It's on my list. I never asked him, I was too embarrassed. And so I'm in the hospital, I give birth to my daughter, I'm so excited that I finally have a child, and of course I had the drugs going, and I was feeling really good and very confident, and the doctor walks by and I grab his lab coat after he congratulated me. I said, "Excuse me, I was swimming 3 weeks, you don't mind if I swim in it, do you?" And he was like, "Dara," he said, "you just had a child." I'm like, "I know, I'm asking 3 weeks, that's like 3 weeks away." And he said, no, we tell people they can't really do anything for 6 weeks. He goes, "You can go to the weight room tomorrow," which I highly doubt you're going to want to do, and he was right. But you can't do anything aerobically for 6 weeks. I'm like, all right. So I actually waited a week and a half before getting back in and going to the gym, and I was doing everything standing, as you moms probably know why. But so I'm doing these tricep extensions, feeling pretty good. Now I have the workout endorphins going, and I'm just feeling great. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy. I'm like, he looks really familiar. And I'm like, oh my God, it's my doctor. I'm like, what is this? I'm supposed to be at the gym where the eyes are at the same gym, and so in the road, you can just kind of turn. So I'm just doing them like this, and sure enough, I get the tap on the shoulder. I'm like, "Hey!" And he said, "So I see you at the gym." I'm like, "Look, I waited a week and a half." He said, "Go the next day," and he's like, "Yeah, it's okay." And so we started doing a little small talk. He asked how motherhood is, and I said, "It's great. I'm just so happy, and she's so wonderful, and thank you." And I said, "By the way, I have a meet in a week and a half. You don't mind if I swim in it, do you?" And he was like, "Go ahead and swim in it." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Go ahead and swim in it. Us doctors, we say 6 weeks. We really don't know." Before you get another word out of his mouth, I was out that door, out that house, putting my swimsuit on, not a pretty sight, going to the pool and getting in and swimming. And so I was like, well, I got this meet. I had to swim at least a week and a half just to be ready for it. And so I started to work out a little bit, and I went to the meet and made sure I breastfed, so I was nice and light in the water, and swam pretty well, and that was it. I was done. I'm like, okay, that's it. And well, my boyfriend, who really got into swimming once we both decided to start swimming again when I was pregnant, he said, "Oh, there's another meet in 3 months at the Masters World Championships. Why don't we swim in that? It's at Stanford. It's where you train for your 2000 Olympics. We can bring our daughter Tessa." I said, "Great." So I go to that meet and I swim, and I don't know, somehow I qualify for trials. I didn't mean to, but I qualified for trials. And so there's a 5-day meet, biggest meet I've ever been to in my life, 5,000 master swimmers there. They had to house the men in one pool, the women in another pool. And as I was swimming in that meet, people would come up to me and say, "God, wouldn't it be great to see a 40-year-old in the Olympics?" I'm like, "Who's going? Let's cheer him on, And then I started realizing they're talking about me, and I'm like, wait, I'm not going to the Olympics. I'm going to be in my 40s. But just the constant pressure of these older swimmers wanting me, like the peer pressure, wanting me to be in the Olympics. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I'll do it. I'll train for the Olympics. And that's how I got back in and decided to make a comeback for '08. Is the pressure of these older swimmers just finally got to me. And the promise, once I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Well, the hardest thing was trying to find a balance between being a mom and doing what you love to do. And I really look to working parents out there as my inspiration as to finding a balance of doing what I love to do and being the best mom I could possibly be. And I was very lucky that I was able to find a balance. And I had finished my career in 2012. I went to Beijing in 2008 and then went to trials in 2012 and missed the team by 9/100 of a second. And it's so funny because my daughter was there. She was 6, and I think everyone thought that I would be just so disappointed and upset that I didn't make it. But as you get older, you realize if you give it your all, there's nothing really else you can do. You gave it everything you had. I mean, when I was younger, it would have been a much different story. But being older, you just appreciate things differently. You look at things a little differently through being a little more mature. And so I got out of the pool and I had to console my daughter and my mom, who are both crying because I didn't make it. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to make it. And I realized my daughter, she was upset because she wanted to hang around Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte. Didn't make it.